Okay, so let's see the apostrophe. Okay. Apostrophe. The apostrophe is this. Yes? Okay? So apostrophe S. Now, we use the apostrophe S for a couple of things. The number one, for possession. So when I say, for example, my pen, we could also say Nicole's pen. It's another way in which we can, understand possession. So you can use objective pronoun, you can use possessive. So again, my pen, the pen is mine, Nicole's pen. So you have these three options. Yes? Okay. But the other option is with contractions. So this is what we use all the time, especially the Aussies, correct? We abbreviate everything. We abbreviate as much as we can. For example, instead of saying do not, we say don't. Or to say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't come to school tomorrow. Or to say, let's say, if I say, for example, I'm not Chinese, I'm Australian, correct? So I can be negative, I can be affirmative, or say, you haven't given me your homework yet. So that is what we call contraction, abbreviation, whatever you want to call it. Now, it's super important when we're using the apostrophes for possessions that we play with the rules. So there's some very basic rules. Yeah. Number one, I use person with person. So to say, for example, Dave's son. Here I have a person. Here I have a person. Yes? I can also, number two, I can use a person with an animal. So I could say Karen's cats. Yes? I have a person and I have an animal. Yeah? I can also do that with things. So I could use person and things. Yes? To say Mary's house. Yes? You could also say, for example, my brother's car, my mother's watch, anything you want. Okay? So, person, animal, person, things. Number four, you can also use animal and things. For example, to say the dog's food is ready. Yes? So animal and thing. Now, what I can never, ever, and you know when I go never, it's like no, never. Like never, ever, right? Yeah? There's like a big no, yeah? Thing with thing. You cannot do this. So here, I'm going to put never. Yeah? Thing with thing. So to say, for example, the car's door is broken. Yeah? This is a huge no. I cannot do this. It's impossible for the door to possess the car. Possible. Things do not possess each other. So here I must say the door of the car is broken. So of the, I must use that. Okay? So those are the rules. Yeah? Good. Copy it down, write it down, take a photo. Yeah, that's how you learn. Because we forget very easily. Okay, good. Yes, all done. Pee, you gonna copy? You gonna take a photo? Yep, go for it. Okay, good job. Okay. Yeah, it's there in the room. Nobody goes in there. Yeah, give us a second. Yeah, see you. Okay, so here we go. We've got Kate's camera. Now, be careful. This Kate's camera is not is. Not is. It's very common. People, think it's is or it's has. No, it isn't. This, as I mentioned, means of the. Yeah? So Kate's camera. What am I saying? The camera of Kate. But how this is too long, that's why we abbreviate. Okay? Now, when you're doing the test, the English test, you can use possessives because it's used as a possessive, not a contraction. You cannot use contractions. Okay? So yes, you can say, for example, Kate's camera. That's fine. And she says, my camera. Yes? So we have here Kate's camera, her camera, and we could say the camera is hers. Now, what about if I wanted to use is, for example? Where would be the difference? So if I say, for example, Kate's camera is expensive. Yeah? Expensive, a lot of money. Okay? Expensive, a lot of money. Now, me being Australian, yes, most probably I would say Kate's camera. Sorry. So I would probably say Kate's camera's expensive. So with this apostrophe, I am abbreviating the is. Okay? And so here, I think this is where it gets confusing for you guys. Because if I were to pronounce that, I would say, hey, did you know Kate's camera is expensive? You know, huh? What? But this is very common. So we go, Kate's camera's expensive. The apostrophes are different. So this one, for example, we probably wouldn't write it, but that's how we would pronounce it. So absolutely. So here, I would say Kate's cameras, expensive. And what I'm saying is Kate's camera is expensive. So I would write it like this, but I would pronounce it like this. And that's why I think it gets confused. Yeah. Okay. Now, we have here my brother's car, his car, and we could say the car is his. My brother's, yes, his car, not he. His car for my brothers, yes? Okay. Now, look at this one here. And here also, so we said that we can use person and thing. So it says the manager's office. Here we are talking about the office of the manager. So this is also correct. We're referring to his office or could be her, because manager, I don't know if it's him or her. Okay? And it says here, look, we normally use the apostrophe S for people. I stayed at my sister's house, not the house of my sister. I stayed at my sister's house. Have you met Mr. Black's wife? So the wife of Mr. Black. Are you going to, now look at this. It says James's party. Now, James's party. This James, we do not pronounce this S. When the name ends in S, we are going to put the apostrophe after the S, but when we speak it, we will pronounce it. So don't write it, but say it. So look at this. So we said, for example, here, so we're going to say James's children. No. No. Another one? Carlos's car. Okay? So any name that ends in S, you put the apostrophe after and no extra S. Okay? Paul is a man's name. Paula is a woman's name. And it says you can use the apostrophe S without a noun after. So to say, hey, Sophie's hair is longer than Kate's. Then Kate's what? Hair. Why? Because we are comparing. We say Sophie's hair is longer than Kate's. Yes? Her hair is longer than Kate's. You know, I said to you the other day, I said to you last week, your hair is longer than mine. So we could say Angela's hair is longer than Nicole's. Or Angela's hair is longer than mine. And then you know that I'm talking about her hair versus my hair. Yeah? Here, another one. Whose umbrella is this? Oh, it's my mother's. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Guys, what are we talking about? Umbrella. Not umbrella, right? Because it says, whose umbrella is this? It's my mother's. So saying it belongs to my mum. Yes? I have umbrella here. I don't need to say, oh, it's my mother's umbrella. You don't need to repeat. It's my mum's. Ah, this one's another one. Where were you last night? I was at Paul's. You understand? It's like, you know, same. It's like, oh, bye, darling. I'm going to my mum's. and you go. You say, I'm going to my mum's. Some people say, oh, I'm going to my mum's place, but you say, oh, I'm going to Ana Maria's. You know that it's the house. We're referring to the house, the home. Yeah? Where were you last night? Oh, at my girlfriend's. You don't need to say house or home because we know. Every time you say, I was at, I'm going to, and you say the name of the person, we understand that it's the home of this person. Okay? Yeah.
Why does the first one only have one this, and the second and the third one have two of this?
Oh.
The same question.
Oh,
Correct.
it's a quotation mark.
Oh, like this. Okay, got it.
Because they're saying, they're talking, it's speech. Quotation marks. I was like, what? I was looking at that. Huh? You live and you learn, huh? Good. Understood, yeah? Okay, let's go. Next. Oh, before you girls go, yeah, because you haven't done it for a few days. Okay, let's see the next one. So look at this one now. So we have, this is important, friends, apostrophe S, friends, one apostrophe only. What is the difference? Singular, one, plural, more than one. So this one says, my house, my friend's house, only one friend, his or her house. So we write apostrophe S. Only one. But this one, our house, many friends. So my friends, the apostrophe after the S. My friend's house, two or more. Their house, just the apostrophe. Okay? Let's see more examples. That is super, super important, yeah? Singular, apostrophe S, plural, after the S. Look. We write apostrophe S after friend, student, or mother. It's singular. My mother's car, one mother. My father's car, one father. We write apostrophe after friends, students, and parents, plural. My parents' car, parents, mum and dad. So two, parents. And it's parents, not parents, okay? It's very common you guys go parents. Parents, yes? Okay. Okay, next. And for things, places, etc., it says that we are going to use no apostrophe. Yes? So here we're going to say, let's see, Remy, would you like to read for me?
Look at the roof of the building, not the building's roof.
Good, yes. Look at the roof of that building. It says not that building's roof. So look at the roof of that. So it's like of the. When we say of that building, we're talking about a building specific. Okay?
Check them. See you Thursday
See you Thursday.
with my sister.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Bye. We didn't see the beginning of the film. Yes? Of the film, not the film's beginning. We can't say that. What's the name of this village? Do you know the cause of the problem? Not the problem's cause. You can sit in the back of the car. not the Carlsbad. Madrid is in the capital of Spain. Yes? But we can use for cities and for, let's say, iconic attractions. So, for example, I can say, to say something, Sydney's Opera House. Yes? This I can do because the Opera House belongs to Sydney. But could I say, for example, to say something, Australia's people? No, I cannot say this. Okay? So I can't say Australia's people, but I can say the people of Australia. Yes, this is correct. Or if I want to say the people of Australia, I could just say Australians. Okay, and this one is also correct.
So it's only for the city or
Mainly for the cities. Yeah,
not for
not really for the countries. Not really. No, because the attractions belong to the cities, right? They're in the cities.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. Because the city is a name and then they go, oh, it belongs to. Yeah. So in that case, yes, you can use the apostrophes. In this case here, it says Madrid is the capital of Spain. No. To say Spain's capital is, no, not really. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, let's see examples. So the other day we were looking at the family tree. Yes? And we were talking about to say, oh, my wife, my husband, his children, her son, their daughter, etc. So again, we can use objective possessives, right, or objective pronouns, and in the same way, we can use the apostrophe. So here it says, Helen and Brian are married, husband and wife. And they have a son, James, and a daughter, Sarah. Sarah is married to Paul, and they have a son, which is Daniel. Okay, good. So the first one we got, Brian, yes, is Helen's, correct, husband. What's the short term for husband? What is the other way that we call the husband? Honey? Darling? Okay, so the abbreviation for husband is hubby. Yeah, I've got to go home soon. The hubby is waiting for me. Yeah, so the hubby. Okay, Sarah is Daniel's mother, correct? And we've got Daniel's. Helen is Brian's. Helen is Brian's, yes. And so it's the wife. And just like the hubby, we call the wifey. Yeah? So Brian's wife is correct. Helen is Brian's wife. James is Sarah's. James is Sarah's. Okay, so siblings is used for a general of brothers and sisters when there is no gender. If I say, how many siblings do you have? You go 2. But in this case, it's very specific. James is Sarah's brother. Brother, no brothers. Just brother. And James, it says, is Daniel's uncle. Good. And Sarah is Paul's. Good. And Helen is Daniel's. So here, grandmother. Right? So here, Helen is Daniel's grandmother. We also said that grandmother can be grandma. Yes. And also remember in Australia we said we call them nanny or nan. The nan is very common. When they go, nan, let's go. Yeah, nan. Actually, not the nanny. It's more just the nan, to be honest. Nanny is something different, like a babysitter. So I'm just going to put here nan. Yeah, the nan. Okay, so Sarah is James's, now the other way, sister, correct. And here we said we're not going to use this as, we're going to say sister. And then Paul is Sarah's husband or hubby. Yeah, so Sarah's. And then Paul is Daniel's father. Yeah, or dad. Yeah, I like that. Dad or daddy. Yes, can be. Yeah, it could be. Just like when we use mom, mummy, same thing, mother, very formal, because you don't say that. You know, well, when you introduce, you say, oh, this is my father. If it's in a more, let's say, formal context. But you say, oh, this is my dad. He's my dad. Even if you show a photo, oh, this is my dad. This is my daddy, right? Good. And the last one, Daniel is the nephew. So Daniel is James's nephew. Okay. Yeah. Hey, got there's coffee in the kitchen if you want. And there's water in the fridge. Yeah. Thank you. I see you. Good. What time do you get up in the morning?
No, because I work this week.
Yeah.
I work too much.
I worked a lot.
No, yeah.
Last week. Not this week.
No, last weekend.
Last weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. And what do you do for work?
I have 2 different jobs.
Okay.
The second job is I am a photographer.
Okay.
I normally go to the parties.
Okay.
And the principal job is I work in
The main,
the
not the
main.
principal.
Okay, the main job
Yeah.
is in the company.
Yeah.
I work with
I work.
I work in electronic repair.
Oh, okay. Like a technician,
Yeah.
electronic technician.
Yes. but-
Repairing what? What do you repair?
And this moment is only electric bikes and scooters.
Oh, okay. Okay. E-bikes and scooters.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
But specific in the electronic, not the mechanic.
Yeah. Or the electrical. Okay.
Yeah.
So, main. not principal, because principal is the director of the school.
Okay.
So yeah, not mate. A lot of people don't associate that, but yeah. Same as this one. Everyone makes mistakes with this one. So this one is principal. Okay? No mayor, principal. Okay? Yeah. They're very different words. Okay. Good. So on the weekend, that's why you're so busy. So do you do the electronic job like Monday to Friday, and then just the photography on the weekends?
7 days. I work it
Every day. Nevertheless, wow.
Yeah, because in this moment it's too high. Because in this company I only want for repair electronics.
Oh, I'm the only person.
Yes.
I'm the only person. Yep. Who does the job. Okay. When I correct you, try to do that. Correct yourself so that you can fix this mistake.
No, it's fine. Because the problem for me is I never speak in English.
Sorry?
The problem for me is I never speak in English.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But to correct this mistake, when I correct you, correct yourself again. What, you know why? Because probably your brain thinks this is the correct way, and so it constantly makes the same mistake. And when you correct it, then you're saying to your brain, no, this isn't the right way.
I remember one thing ever and not right.
Exactly. So your brain corrects that. Okay? Yeah, that's why it's important to do. Okay. So when you do photography, is it just like events? Is it like
It's
advertising?
no, the principal, okay, the main.
Yeah, good.
It's a wedding.
Weddings,
for-
okay, so events.
After this is for parties.
Okay.
Especially for the Latin parties.
Yeah.
And concerts. And after this.
Oh, and concerts too? Really?
Yes.
But when you do photos like at the concerts, is it at the bands or is the audience?
Or bands or singers. It depends.
But and the audience, no.
No.
Okay, so it's mainly for the bands.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have like their memories of the show and whatever. Okay, gotcha. Okay, good. So whose is this? So remember, we said whose means possession. Like who does it belong to? Yeah? Whose can be for one or can be for many. Yeah? Not the same as who, as in the person. So it says, whose is this? Whose is this? So here we're going to say Alice's. This one, the umbrella. Whose is this? Andy's. Good. And this? Dave's. And these, so now we're talking about two because it's the boots, so plural. And these? Jane's. And this is the, just so you know, it's called a beret. Beret. So this and this, Rachel's. And these glasses, two eyes, so they're plural. So, and these, Alice's again. Okay? So you write the name and you're just going to use, in this case, the apostrophe S because there are no names with S. Yeah? Very simple. Yeah, you got it? Amazing. Okay, good job. Okay. Okay. Now, let's see. This one. We need to see if the sentence is correct. If the sentence is correct, okay. Okay. If not, we need to correct. So the first one says, I stayed at the house of my sister. So here we're going to say my sister's house. I stayed at my my sister's house. This sounds better. Yeah? Abbreviated. What is the name of this village? It's okay because we have name and we have village. Yes? So no possession. Number 3. Let's see. Alice, do you like the color of this coat?
I think it's wrong.
Why? You think it's wrong? How would you abbreviate there? Who is the person?
You.
So you're going to say what? Use coat? Wouldn't you say your coat? But here we're talking about the apostrophe possession.
Color. I think the color of the coat.
But there's no possession there.
Not that correct.
You wouldn't be able, like, if you wanted to use the apostrophe, my question, could you say the coat's color?
Yeah, I always think after the something I don't understand. So the something a cup of coffee. Yes.
Yeah, but you don't say a cups of coffee. Here we're talking about the apostrophe S. So can you abbreviate this with apostrophe? No, you can't.
Because in this case, the color and code is
They're things, so you can't.
The thing is no.
Exactly, like you need to follow the rules. So there's no person. So no, this is okay. Okay, what about the next one? It says, do you have the phone number of Simon? So what are we going to say for this one? This one would be no. Well, remember I told you, look, they're all correct. We can always use the complete form. The issue is, do we use it? No, we tend to abbreviate and contract. So no. So this one, do you have what? What are we going to say? Simon's phone number or number. Yeah, you can say number. Simon's number. Or you could say Simon's phone number. Good. It says, the job of my brother is very interesting.
My brother's job.
My brother's job, right? Because, yes, he can have his job. So my brother's job is very interesting. And here, my brother's job. So again, as I said to you, most probably if we were to pronounce this, I would say, oh, my brother's job's interesting. The is, you can abbreviate with everything. And so we do. Yeah. Okay, next one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay, right? Because again, it's thing and thing. So we can't do that. So we would say, write your name at the top of the page. Yeah, you can't abbreviate. Okay, let's see. And the next one, Remy, for me, the morning is the best part of the day. It's okay. Okay, Alice, this one. Look at this one now. The favorite color of Paula is blue.
I think that is not correct.
Okay, so what am I going to say?
Who a favorite color?
But here we want to use the apostrophe. We want to use the possession. So who are we talking about? Paula,
Yeah.
right? And so, okay, we're going to say Paula's, and Paula's what?
Favorite color
Exactly.
is blue.
Exactly. Is correct. Okay, what about this one, Pippi? 9. Says, when is the birthday of your mother?
Your mother birthday.
Okay, so now being a question, right? we're going to say, when is your mother's birthday? Yeah, good. Okay, Edgar, 10. The house of my parents isn't very big.
The parents' house is it's not very big.
Okay, so whose parents? I see you ready.
Okay, my
Right? So, my parents' house. Yes, good. Isn't.
very big.
Yeah, perfect. Good job. Okay, this one. The walls of this house are very thin. It's okay. I cannot abbreviate because we're talking about the walls of the house. And the next one, it says the car stopped at the end of the street is also okay. And then it says number 13, Pipi, are you going to the party of Sylvia next week? The party of Sylvia.
Sylvia. Sylvia party. Next working. Do you go?
No, don't say do.
No, say
It's saying, are you going? So you need to continue the same structure, okay? So you need to say, are you going to
Sylvia party.
Sylvia's party? Good, yes. Good job. Are you going to Sylvia's party? And then you're going to say next week. Good, good job. Okay, Alice, last one. The manager of the hotel is not here at the moment.
Manager's hotel. The whole.
What do you think?
The hotel managers.
No.
The
Think
whole
about it.
Manners.
Who owns what? Think about it. Who owns what? What's the possession here? The manager's hotel, the hotel's manager. So it says the manager of the hotel.
The hotel's manager.
But the hotel is a thing. So can we say hotel's manager?
The hotel
No.
manager.
No. So this is okay.
Is okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, remember the rule. I said things cannot possess things or people. Things cannot, they can't own anything. So you can't say the hotel's manager. Like when you say the hotel's manager, yeah? So here you're saying the hotel is the owner. No, it's a thing. How is it going to own the manager? Can't be. Okay? Good. Any questions? No?
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
I just think after it's some eating something, and drink something after a cup of coffee, a glass of the water. That's
But I don't understand why you're saying that. Like, what's the relationship of that with this? You're saying to use of the.
yeah.
Oh, the use of the.
Yeah.
Oh, when you say, for example, a glass of milk, a glass of water,
Yeah.
and we say of the. Oh, gotcha.
That is the first time.
Yeah. Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Yeah. So in this case, the apostrophe S replaces of the. So basically, you know, as I said to you, can I erase this? Yeah. Everybody's copied the answers? Yeah. Okay. Look. To say something. Remember, I said to you, there are different ways to indicate possession. In English, we never have just one way in which we say things. Because remember, I told you, English is pretty boring as a language. It's very, very basic. So we try to use all these different ways so that when we're talking, we're not repeating ourselves to sound very repetitive. So again, when you were saying of the, so if we to say something, right? So to say, right? So if we say, Paul's car. Yep. Here we have a person and we have a thing. So yes, it is correct. If I say, for example, the car of Paul. So this is also correct because it's the complete form. And I said to you that we can always use the complete form.
The car of Paul.
The car of Paul. Okay, so if I say, yeah, the car of Paul. So this is correct also because I'm using complete form. But I could also say his car, and this is the same as saying Paul's car. And I could also say that car is Paul's. That car is his. So look at how many options I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 5 different ways to say the same thing. And that's what we do. That's what we do. So we don't repeat ourselves like parrots. Okay? And that's the importance of the pronouns, that you need to know how to use them because, for example, here, his car, this is the objective pronoun, which is replacing Paul's. But remember, I said to you, when you mention the person the first time, you must say, oh, that's Paul's. That's Paul's what? That's Paul's car. So to say, hey, Paul's car is red. Yes, to say something. His car is a Toyota. Yeah? To say, the car is his and he paid in full, to say something. You know what I mean? But always the first idea, because otherwise it'll be like, who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Very confusing. Okay? Good? Amazing. Okay, I'm going to erase that. Give me a minute. Let me just look for an example here. Give me a second. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
My God. Come on. Ah, here we go. Yeah, now it's coming to work.